Coming up on the FRC Open Alliance show, it's 9280 High Altitude Robotics from Mexico coming in, talking about all their progress they made so far in this build season. We'll be going through some of their kickoff strategy, multiple different prototypes from their intake, shooter, and climber, dive a bit more into their CAD, a little bit more into their code, and just some general great things that this team is working on. So let's learn more about their progress coming up here on the FRC Open Alliance show. This video on fun is brought to you by our viewers, supporters, members, and also in partnership with the following. AndyMark provides superior service and reliability that teams expect at andymark.com. From the Robots Launcher Expansion Kit to the SDS MK4 and 5 Swerve modules, your team can be ready for rebuild. Don't forget to stock up on game-specific elements, bumper kits, and new for 2026 products at andymark.com. Osh Cut is a premier metal cutting service for first teams. No minimum order, options for same-day turnaround, guaranteed lead times, and instant online quotes. Osh Cut is offering first teams 50% off any future order up to $200 when you scan the QR code or go to funroboticsnetwork.com/OSHCUT. Just upload a 3D model or plot pattern to get started. Here we go in 3, 2. Let's welcome on for the first time to the FRC Open Alliance show. It's 9280 High Altitude Robotics from Toluca, Mexico. So welcome in, you all. We're so excited to have you on to talk about your build season progress. So why don't you introduce yourselves? Let us know what you do on the team, and we got a lot to cover, so take it away.
Okay, well, hello, Tyler. My name is Gabi, and I am the current president of the team, and I am like more in the areas of business and marketing or like projects.
Okay, I'm Carlos. I'm the vice president of the team. I'm the lead programmer, and I am also in the scouting area.
Hi, my name is Sebastian. I'm from the CAD and mechanics team. I'm also part of the leadership team with my classmates.
As you say, we are from Toluca, Mexico, and we are high altitude. First of all, I want to thank you a lot for having us here. To start, by start. Okay. Sorry. From start, we start all of this process on the kickoff. That we split into two teams. The first team go to our local event kickoff to watch the animation and collect the kit, and the other team stay at the workshop and start like reading the manual and doing all that stuff. And when we all were like in the same place, we start talking about some things, and with that we decide that we want to be like that we want to have a modular robot, a simple robot, and a scalable robot, so that we can do like a lot of things with not being that much complicated. And with that on the side, we start doing prototypes, and so Basti can tell you more about that.
Yeah, well, after the kickoff, we started prototyping our subsystems. First, we prototyped our intake. We tested different compressions from the fields. This by cutting and designing in SolidWorks different plates, MDF plates. We came to the final idea that we wanted to have, we needed to have a wider intake to be able to match our goals of intaking a lot of fuels during our teleop and an auto and during our auto period. This is why our chassis will remain 25 inches long by 30 inches wide. The wider side of our chassis will be the intake. Then we move on onto the shooter. The shooter, we take inspiration from a 2056, the Cheesy Poofs, and 118, the Robonauts, from their 2017 robots. We came to the final of the idea that we will have two shooters because we are mainly focused on quantity, not in precision of our shooting. In screen right now, you're watching our prototype working in an alphabet, and that's it for the shooter. Then we are also working on a hopper. This hopper will extend after well, when the match starts, to be able to collect and have more fuels in our power at the same time. This hopper will extend when the intake also extends, because our intake is an over the bumper intake.
So I want to ask you with you mentioned in regards to your shooter testing in there, what are some of your targets for terms of like how many balls per seconds do you want to shoot out? Because when you go dual shooter, you have a high capability to get a lot of balls out. So how many are you looking at doing?
Okay, so we are looking to have a 14 fuel per second shoot and a 85% precision of scoring it.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much the answer. Well, the next prototype we made was a climber. We wanted to test out how a climber in a box works out. This climber in a box is pretty like fast made. We made it with tubing and MDF plates. It's pretty basic, but it really turned out to be capable of climbing with a full weight robot competition, a full competition robot weight. So yeah, we're really happy with the results.
And then for your climber, are you looking at is level 1 what you're primarily looking at, or are you looking at potentially going higher?
Yes, we're mainly focused on climbing onto level 1, because for the auto points that it grants you, but we do not discard the idea of climbing higher.
Sure. Well, let's hop into your CAD. There's a lot of cool stuff to dive into this. I'm very excited to talk more about it.
Yeah, of course. So I will show you how our main sketch and our assembly. Well, here is our main sketch. When here in our team, when we first start to design in CAD, well, in SolidWorks, we start by designing the field. We also we also draw the line of how higher we want to go. Our maximum height is less than 22 inches because we want to go under the trench during the auto period, because if you go during the auto period over the bump, this can really mess up your odometry. So yeah, then we move on to the drivetrain. The drivetrain here, as you can see, is made out of our surf models and our tubings. We also consider and draw the bumper, because this is very important for when we want to design and draw the fuel pad for our intake. Then we start with the intake, which is the first contact with our uh, game piece. Here you can see the first sketch of our intakes, which are basically just two rolls that go out of our frame perimeter and intake the fuels. Here, this blue sketch is the pivot, because as I have already mentioned, the intake will go out with the hopper. So that's how we are going to achieve it. Then we draw and design the indexer. This indexer is just it's very simple. It's just an axis with mechanism wheels to redirect our fuels into our starting point of the shooter. Uh, this is pretty much a recreation or inspiration from Robonauts and Cheesy Puffs. Then we go with the shooter. With the shooter, it's pretty basic. We will use a Kraken X66 powered by Talon FX to make the flywheel rotate. This flywheel is going to make the principal contact with the fuel and shoot it. This is our path, our fuels path. and we're happy with the result. Also, here you can see the plates where we're gonna mount it. Then we can go all the way up to here, our geometric analysis of the fuel pad and how it will be moving. Here's also a second drawing of a possible intake. We're still deciding what to do with it, which one to decide, but I think we have very good options. Here, well, you cannot see it, but in our main assembly, this is an approximation of how it's gonna look, how our robot's gonna look. Here you can appreciate the two shooters, our indexer, and that's how much we have pretty far on the main assembly.
So, what's your objective in order to get CAD done? What's kind of your timeline look like for that currently?
Well, we really want to advance as long as what we can do, but we are really working under pressure because we would like to already have it done, but it's it's a process and we are trying not to rush it.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we started cutting some weeks ago and thinking on the strategic design, we were really having a lot of ideas, and then the West Coast competitive product came out. We really liked this concept because it is very similar from our inspiration of Cheesy Plus 2017 robot. But we saw one big issue with this for our team is that it was really tall, and we wanted it to keep under the trench dimensions, as Basti said, okay, for the autonomous period. Okay, and as also previously Basti said, we are looking to maximize the storage and shooting of the fuels, more than of the precision of shooting them. Uh, and also, as Gabi said previously, we want to keep the robot simple, modular, and scalable. Okay. So as I previously said, we want to have a target of 14 fills per second through and a 60 plus storage with 85% accuracy. Now, moving to the programming side, we are moving our custom command-based robot architecture from our previous season to a locked robot with the implementation of Advantage Kit. This is mainly due by the fact that in the previous season we were having a lot of troubles debugging some of the errors we found of match, or we were without a lot of time because the mechanic team had the robots in the building. So with this, we want to know what happens exactly on the match, as we are not able to replicate the exact conditions on a pit or in the workshop. So one of the examples of why we choose this direction is that in the previous year in the championship, our outline program was working fine in the practice field and in autonomous period, but when it came to the teleoperated, it didn't work, and we didn't know what happens until later, some months. Okay. So also this is a decision we take because of the time programming team has the robot. We want to give good time to mechanics and not rush the robot, and still be able to have like programming with it. So with these tools, we are going to work with the cut of the robot, the assembly of it, so we can know how the subsystems will work, and also plan some autonomous routines. And just when the robot is okay and done, we can do some tuning and well, have it working in the robot.
For our next step, we will first in this 1 to 2 weeks, our goals were finish the CAD. Yeah, finish the CAD and finish with all the prototypes, like for making something that can like fit all of that stuff like in one thing, like
Yeah.
in the alphabet. And well, I don't know if you could give us or someone could give us like a little feedback about whatever you want to give us feedback. And well, I think that was all. Well, I'm here.
Yeah, well, I think your team did a fantastic job, by the way. If you haven't seen their build blog yet, either scan the QR code or go on Chief Delphi and go check it out. There's a lot of great substance in there that I think tons of teams can learn from. And if you do have feedback or questions for High Altitude Robotics, make sure you post in there as well, too. I'm sure you all would be delighted to respond back to that as well, right?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah, we are in the thread daily.
Yeah. And you're competing weeks 2 and week 4, so be at regional Monterey and then the Midwest regional as well too. So we can't wait to see your continued progress throughout that as well. So High Altitude, thank you so much for hopping on. It's great to see your progress forward. We can't wait to continue to follow you along, and we wish you the best of luck throughout your build season. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Aim higher.
I'm higher.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. Osh Cut is a premier metal cutting service for first teams. No minimum order, options for same-day turnaround, guaranteed lead times, and instant online quotes. Osh Cut is offering first teams 50% off any future order up to $200 when you scan the QR code or go to funroboticsnetwork.com/OSHCUT. Just upload a 3D model or flat pattern to get started. AndyMark provides superior service and reliability that teams expect at AndyMark.com. From the Robots Launcher Expansion Kit to the SDS MK4 and 5 Swerve modules, your team can be ready for rebuild. Don't forget to stock up on game-specific elements, bumper kits, and new for 2026 products at AndyMark.com.